You are!
There it is.
Hell yeah, boss!
Oh, hey!
Oh yeah!
Good morning and welcome to episode 1392 of Hard Factor. It is Tuesday, February 6th, 2024. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80% accuracy guaranteed on this podcast. Everything you need to know in 40 minutes or less. But if you need more, go to patreon.com/Hard Factor. Today, I've got the first female robot in space. Well, India's first, at least. I'm pretty sure first ever. So big stuff. Pat's got guys with illegal military equipment to tell us about.
Well, we'll leave that up to the law, but should they have it or not, I don't know.
You gotta love these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're incredible.
Yeah.
Right. It's that whole like time scale debate of what a bullet was then and now. We'll get into it. Mark's got health scams to tell us about.
Yeah, a little bit. Pat's thing reminds me you could combine the two. Remember the guy who claimed he like fell in a mortar and it just went perfectly up his butt or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
I was cleaning out my grandfather's closet.
Yeah, you won't believe what happened.
Is that a Florida man? That guy?
I think it might have been. Probably.
Mortar up his ass. Yeah, that was a great story.
Doc, I got an explosive case for you.
That may have been Europe. I can't remember.
I think it was Europe. I feel like it was Europe.
I think it was
It
Europe.
was an old World War II order or something.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely an old
he racked his brain for an excuse, and when he couldn't find one, he goes, "I'm just going to say I slipped and fell on it."
Yeah. I'm gonna stick this thing up my ass and figure it out later.
Well, he did that, but when he got stuck. He was like trying to figure out how he
Exactly.
got stuck, and then
I think
How many times that howitzer
excuse
gone up
came
that
later.
ass? Yeah, you don't even know. It was a well used howitzer. Wes has crack bears.
Gonna go down to Florida for
Nice,
some
of
crack
course.
bears.
Of course, it's Florida for the crack bears, and we'll talk about much more. Anything else, fellas? How you doing on this fine?
Great,
Tuesday.
Willie. How are you?
Pretty good. You know, just like just living inside the news and then staying busy with the kids and family. Yeah, you know, living life. How you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks to listener Matt. He sent us all this Corona gear, Corona and Modelo.
Ooh.
Constellation brand, something like that. Thanks, Matt.
yeah, it's pretty sick.
Did I not get one because I'm an alcoholic?
Probably.
I think that's how it went.
Could be.
Probably.
Yours are at Mark's house, Wes. Go get them.
Could be.
I have a few if you want some.
I mean, I don't mind repping booze, but no, I'm good. You can eat. They're all yours.
I don't know if I like that, Wes.
I can give you a couple of hats he sent too. He sent a whole bunch.
Oh, I
of
like
stuff.
hats. I'll take a
Yeah,
hat.
I'll give you a couple
You're not a hat guy.
He-
I'll take a hat.
He sent a lot to Austin just in case you did want some. So
Yeah,
he
I
knows
should
you
get-
love merch.
Ask me
appreciate
about my sobriety embroidered on the back of your Corona hat.
Yeah,
You should.
it's a good idea.
Look at this. This guy's a conundrum.
Matt's in Illinois, so you're gonna have to go meet him.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
There you go. Thanks, Matt.
All right. Anything else, fellas? Do the news.
News,
jump right
news,
in there,
news,
William.
news,
News?
news,
Do
news,
the
news.
All right, let's do it. No need for. Oh wait, actually, I do need to play one for you right here.
Space is the place. Hello.
That's right. Space is the place, especially on this episode today. Have you guys ever heard of a famous robot named Vyommitra? Here she
Nope.
is. Vyommitra.
Vyommitra.
No.
Okay.
I think I've seen her before.
I have
was
that.
she in the conference? Remember they did that press conference with the robots and then their masters. She might have been there, or someone like her. She's an android, right?
Similar, right? She's one of those robots that barely functions. It also kind of looks like a sex doll. Yeah.
Hey, I have a pretty simple rule. I don't like to get to know my robots by name. You know.
Right.
Well, this is a special name, Mark.
I get treated like shit that way. You know.
That's right.
Right. That's what they're for, kind
Who
of.
cares what her name is? You know.
Okay, plastic hands. That's what I'd say to her at the bar.
Yeah.
She didn't want to date me.
Right? Yeah.
Come all over her wires.
They're meant to be used, you know, for things that humans aren't comfortable with. And in this case, especially with Vyommitra, the meaning, it's a special name, Mark, of this female robot's name is space friend in Sanskrit. So she's India's space friend. And the IRSO, India's space agency, is going to finally launch her into outer space this year. they've scheduled it. It's going to happen. Vyommitra is going.
How they have the word space in Sanskrit or space friend? Just putting that out there. Dead language.
Well, it's like the sky. I mean,
Yeah, space. They've been looking up at the space.
Oh, you're saying it's two words put together, not
space friend. It's like Vyoma and Mitra. Yeah.
Because if you're looking back, right, you might be like, shit, when did aliens get here? If those Sanskrit motherfuckers had a
right, it's not a one word thing. They combine the words. Yeah.
Traveler.
I bet there's a word for alien in Sanskrit.
I'm gonna Google that.
They've at least thought about it, right? You'd think. Well, they're finally launching Vyommitra this year. India has been threatening to launch her into orbit all the way back since 2020, but I guess the Japanese, landing upside down on the moon has put the pressure now again on India, and so they've scheduled Vyommitra's launch date to lower orbit. She's going 4,000 kilometers from Earth to happen in the third quarter of this year, 2024, and this is going to be in preparation prior to India's first manned mission to space ever. In 2025, that mission they're doing is called the Gaganyaan mission. So
yeah, Gaganyaan is in like gone from the earth. They're gone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's an interesting, angle they're taking here with the robot tester, right, Mark? So India is bragging that sending humanoid robots to space for testing is more humane than sending animals to space to test the craft. NASA alone has sent 32 monkeys, different types, all kinds, into space.
Let me flip that on you. Poor ass country India could give some money, right, to their people instead of developing androids they're going to lose, right?
Well,
maybe send a couple of those stray dogs up.
Ganga Vishnu is what they're calling this one.
Right. That's how the family members describe the people that went to space.
Yeah.
Where's
right.
Brian?
Well, they love and respect animals over there in India. And so, Pat, for that reason, no, they could not do what you said. They built this sexualized C-3PO to launch them up 3 at a time instead. That's as far as I can tell.
Gongadine.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if I like this because look at her. She looks really stupid. She kind of looks like Weekend at Bernie. She's obviously like a first-generation robot. What if aliens intercepted this thing and they're like, wow, this planet's really susceptible. It's got a bunch of these things running it.
Yeah, they're not going to think very highly of us if Vyommitra is the first thing they see of us.
Yeah. They're right for the taking, boys.
We've also done a lot of testing for them as far as sending humans into space, and it seems that it's A-okay for the most part.
Right. So, Wes, she's going into space to test India's, space, new space station or like orbit system that they're going to send men up in next year. But, she's just going to use her sensors, her computer sensors to measure everything inside the cabin. Vyommitra can speak multiple languages, can allegedly perform most of the test functions that a human can inside the cabin of the spaceship. And they may still want to slip a mouse somewhere on that test flight before humans, if you're India, right? Because, the robot, you're just chancing it that there's nothing that would kill an organic being if you send the robot up and the tests look all good.
Yeah, she needs an off switch, like a remote off switch.
She's going where exactly? Where they're just space, or they send it
to low orbit?
Right, but she speaks multiple languages. They're not sending her to the ISS and be like, "This is our representative. Deal with the fucking android that's gonna be ripping wires out of the wall with its clumsy ass hands."
No, this is India's first foray into taking people outside of the orbit.
Yeah, I get it. I understand sending not humans
to meet you.
Yeah. And right. So I mean they got to start somewhere. Vyommitra is where they're starting. A robot that they somehow made very sexual and female for some reason. Nobody knows why. Taking it to the internet. Some YouTube comments had some thoughts. Let's see. @_ woke weaklings cry over words _ says the best part about robots is the fact that they are loyal compared to some weaklings.
That was written by a robot. Clearly.
That's so intense.
Weakling.
I want to put my entire mantra that I live by in my handle.
I can tell them to do whatever I want because they're a robot. Wes, can you read @Mohit Kumar's comment there in the middle?
Yeah, in Indian.
Well, sure. Yeah, however Mohit would say.
Yeah.
Well done. Israel will launch the 3 Vyommitra in space by December 2024 for its first human space flight. That would be a landmark day in India's space journey.
Yes. So Mohit's happy. Indians are happy. I think that's a very good representation. And then at Gregory Mata, 3296 comments, is it quote unquote fully functional? And we all know what Gregory's talking about.
And Gregory Mata says, why don't we just keep it here and fuck it?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. That's what that was the subtext of Gregory's comment.
Why are we sending her up?
Have we done all the tests?
Exactly. And Gregory, if you're listening, I doubt that India is going to let anyone sexually enjoy the sex doll looking robot that they're sending to space for some reason. But it is a good question. I've looked it up before because sex in space would be sweet. And apparently they don't let you do it.
Vyommitra in space, like Emmanuel.
Right. But it can be like a health hazard on the ship, apparently. So as of now, definitely probably not going to let you do it. But for you on Earth,
do you think? What reason could it be a health hazard? I'm curious.
The liquids spreading throughout the ship.
Because you get someone too wet, then you'll just have like droplets of V juice.
No gravity
all around
and sperm, right? There's no gravity. So
if you get there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's already things that could go wrong at any time. You don't need to be pantless, covered in your own semen flying around.
But it's also the human.
Everybody's just glazed when they get out of the ship.
Independent of the technology.
Floating semen when you have to put out the fire.
If you put humans, this is the human condition. Humans on an island, they fuck. That's what happens. It's like anytime you separate humans and you put them in a place where they can't be reached by their normal community, they fuck. So they've got to be fucking on the International Space Station, right?
The Russians are absolutely fucking.
Of course they are.
I would think so.
The astronauts.
I think it's like the Mile High Club. I think it's definitely been done a lot. You're just technically not allowed to do it.
But the ISS is like stationary and fairly large. You can't do it on like a mission to like the moon.
Yeah, they got beds at the ISS.
Yeah.
Okay. They have like fake gravity, artificial gravity there. Yeah. So, but 0G sex, that's what the one that everybody, I mean, they put it in movies. It would be sweet. Anyways, for Gregory, the commenter on YouTube who was wondering about that sex doll robot, if you're on Earth right now, you can go get yourself some hymns. So that way you're ready for action with a real live Earth girl anytime the chance arises, and it will rise bigly with Hims. Okay. Hims provides access to clinically proven generic alternatives to Viagra and Cialis, up to 95% cheaper. So save some cash and get it rock hard with options as low as $2 per dose. Okay. The process is simple and 100% online. No uncomfortable doctor's visits. Answer a series of questions on their site, and a medical provider will determine the right treatment option. If prescribed, your medication ships directly to you for free and in discreet packaging. So handle your ED discreetly. No insurance is needed. Pay one low price for your treatments, online visits, ongoing shipments, and provider messaging. Hims has hundreds of thousands of trusted subscribers. So if ED is getting you down, it's time to change that. Start your free online visit today at hims.com, HIMS.com/hard factor. That's HIMS.com/hard factor for your personalized ED treatment options. HIMS.com/hard factor. Prescriptions require an online consultation with the healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to try to do this story while a 3-month-old is sucking on my finger because he's teething. Really weird sensation down here.
Nice.
Just like the nipple clamps in the merchathon. You got this.
Exactly.
Bro.
I should hook the clamps up and really go nuts.
Hey, but you should be proud of yourself, Pat. It means that you've lost enough weight where he's not trying to suck your nipple because he doesn't think it's a female tit. So,
oh, he'd suck it if I took it out. I'll tell you that.
If you had it out and it was hanging, but you've been working out because it's the fatathon. So
run a quick
if
test.
You want to
nipple.
see that? Go to patreon.com/hard factor for exclusive behind the scenes content. Okay, guys. Big time. I want you to meet 63-year-old Paul Gibbons of Kingsclere. That's out there in England. There's Paul right there. He looks like the guy on the fish sticks box without the raincoat. He looks like the guy in Home Alone that protects Kevin from getting molested by Harry and Marv, right?
Yeah.
The one that he's afraid of.
Yep.
And there Paul is standing in front of a tank, and that tank is parked in front of a Wickes. And if you don't know Wickes, it's like a Home Depot or a Lowe's or an Ace Hardware. It's a home improvement store over there in the United Kingdom. And why is Paul Gibbons standing in front of a tank parked in front of a Wickes home improvement store.
I thought you were going to ask why he's in front of Wickes. I was going to say probably because he keeps running over his fence and shit with the goddamn tank, so he needs to get some supplies.
Yeah, supplies.
Right,
drove it there?
He's in the fence department all the time.
Yeah.
Also just flexing, because that's badass. Like, he's just posting up on his tank in front of the store.
Yeah, it is badass, Will.
He owns the parking lot now.
It's meant to intimidate, okay?
Yeah,
he says it's a peaceable protest, but I don't know how you take it any other way but a threat, because Paul hired the folks at Wickes to do his kitchen install last year, somewhere to the tune of 25,000 pounds.
Oh, no.
So north of 30,000 American dollars. You know, you go to Home Depot, Lowe's, they have that service sometimes. Hey, have us do the install. It's not them doing the install. They sub it out, at least here in America. I don't know what they do at Wickes, but they installed Paul's kitchen, and apparently they did a shitty job. It's been
30 grand
issues.
goes wrong. I'm going to get a tank as well.
Big time, bro.
Yeah.
Apparently there's mold under the sink.
Yeah.
The units don't fit right. They weren't finished properly, and they installed one heavy drawer, and that heavy drawer almost collapsed on Paul's dog. And that was the last straw for Paul. And that's when he said, Wickes, give me my money back. And Wickes said, no, Paul. No. And Paul said, okay, well, you're going to be sorry. And then he drove his fucking tank down to the Wickes and parked that motherfucker there. Yeah.
I'll show him.
Yeah, exactly. Now, the tank isn't Paul's. It's his buddies who loans the tank to people who want to peacefully protest, a.k.a. threaten big businesses, according to the friend.
Well, he'll only fire the tank gun at you if you attack him first. So
this is way more intimidating than when me and our friend Kevin was over at his house, and we flicked off an older kid when we were in like 4th grade, and he was in like 6th grade. And then we quickly shut the garage because he was like a neighborhood bully. And then he went and got 2 of his other friends, and they rolled by with rollerblades and brass knuckles. That was rollerblades. It was like, I don't know.
Combo.
Yeah.
You don't know if they're going to suck your dick or punch you in the face.
Yeah. Had they come with a tank, we would have been a little bit more intimidated.
It's going to hurt, and it's going to hurt. Guys, he put a sign.
To get him out of your dad's hands for wanting to beat you up for rollerblading at that age?
Get out here so we can suck your dicks.
Guys, Paul put a sign on the tank that spells Wickes, and next to the W it says warning, I incompetent, C complacent, K kitchen, E equipment supplier. Warning, incompetent, complacent kitchen equipment supplier, Wickes.
Wow.
Whoa.
That'll
that's
show
a good
him.
acronym. Good acronym.
It's a great acronym.
He's witty.
So here's the great part about it, guys. A sign has been placed on the tank that says that this vehicle will be removed within 14 days of the date of the notice. That was January 23rd. The sign reads further, the vehicle/item has been notified to us as being abandoned and or not having valid road tax. No shit. And will be removed within 14 days of this notice. If the vehicle is not abandoned, please contact us below on the number immediately or arrange for it to be removed from our site. If you don't move it, it'll be sold or destroyed. And what a sick auction that would be. You go in trying to buy a Chevy Astrovan, you come out with a tank. Your wife's not going to be happy, but goddamn is that cool.
Yeah, that's a top 5 moment in life. You're like
big time.
Yeah, that's you're pumped.
Well, his friend's going to make him retrieve it right before the expiration date there.
I imagine the tank man, the tank dealer, the guy that is like,
Right.
got a problem? Take the tank. Probably has experienced this before. How the fuck are they going to get that tank out of there? They're kidding themselves, guys. This is a World War II tank. I guess it's a Douglas Air 2 Genie. And it's I'm sorry, that's not correct. That's the next story. It's I don't have which one it is. It's a World War II tank. It's a big motherfucking tank.
It's a big fucking tank. It's awesome.
Big fucking tank. It's not like a Panzer tank. It's not a little one. It's big.
Crush your car.
It'll crush your car big time. Anyway, we'll see what happens there. Paul's been banned from all Wickes. Update.
I think he probably knew that was a chance going in.
Paul needs to get an endorsement deal with Wickes' competitor.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I mean, and then roll the tank into that commercial.
Fix. He asked Wickes to fix, and Wickes said they would fix over the course of 2 days. And he said that was just rude to think it's fixable in 14 hours. There's no way you can fix it. You need 2 days to fix the electrics alone. They have my money. I want it back. My bills.
Says, oh, in 14 hours. Well, then I'll just totally take this sign down and leave with my tank.
Exactly. No, there's a fucking tank parked in front. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see what happens if he fires the tank. I don't know. Let's move on to another nut job. On Wednesday here in the United States, a military museum in Ohio called the Bellevue Police Department after a donation was made, and that was an inert nuclear warhead. It was sent to a military museum in Ohio, and they called the police in Bellevue where it came from and said, sir, you might want to look into this one. And the guy who owned it is, quote, extremely irritated by all the media coverage, and he was, quote, not expecting a call.
He's ready to blow up on someone. Yeah.
From any media. He got really mad. He wants to remain anonymous. He's like, what's all the fuss about? I just donated an inert nuclear warhead. What are you guys so pissed about?
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Right,
what
I
are
get
they?
it.
Come on, I gave it back.
Yeah.
He's from Bellevue Mental Institute.
No, Bellevue, Washington. It's a Douglas Air 2 Genie. It's an unguided air rocket warhead used to carry a nuclear warhead. Excuse me, missile.
It's
used to carry a
enormous.
nuclear.
It's enormous.
Yeah.
Where did he find it?
Apparently, dude, the rocket had belonged to a neighbor who died, and he left it. He bequeathed it to him. It had originally been a purchase from an estate sale. I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't charged. Didn't have any nuclear material.
No big deal. No big deal. Right?
That's why he was pissed. Yeah, because he was like, there wasn't even a nuke in there. I couldn't even have exploded the United States if I tried.
So I already sold the good stuff out. Yeah.
Live in our comment, Bailey Green says, it's inert. Who cares? And to Bailey, I say, I guess. Yeah, sure. You know. I didn't know this. This shit shows up. I'm going to be pretty freaked out. But maybe I'm wrong. Okay. Maybe I don't know enough about decommissioned military weapons. Guys,
You're a nerd.
how do they ship that warhead from Washington to Ohio? Bet they use ShipStation. That's right. And they bet they got a great rate on it. If you have a small business, if you have a side hustle, you're doing eBay stuff, or maybe you like to send cards out to friends, you got a list, who knows? ShipStation is your partner. You need to get on ShipStation. They got a free trial, okay, and a quick setup, and now's the time to try it. If you've been on the fence, ShipStation, you get the best rates shipping stuff across the country or across the state or across your town. It's absolutely amazing. You can quickly and easily update crucial order information, reduce errors. It's got effortless integrations you sell online. That's Amazon, eBay, Shopify. However you do it, ShipStation plugs right in. They manage orders. They print labels. They compare rates. They optimize every shipment. It's absolutely insane. You don't have to go down to the post office anymore. And you get discounts up to 84% off USPS and UPS rates. What? Yeah, this is the deal, guys. These guys go find the discounts, okay? And you sign up for them, and then you end up paying way less with half the hassle. It's a no-brainer.
And with shipping rates these days, you got to do it.
Yep. So
you can ship it straight from your home inertly.
Yep, inertly. That's right. Mm-hmm. If you have a small business where you're shipping stuff, or you're thinking about it, let your customers shop risk-free with ShipStation. Go to ShipStation.com. Use code HARDFACTOR, that's one word today, to sign up and get your free 60-day trial. That's ShipStation.com, code HARDFACTOR. Get your free 60-day trial. ShipStation.com, code HARDFACTOR. Check it out.
Hell yeah. Hey, let's talk about Indian actress and model Poonam Pandey's cervix, shall we? Ow, ow! Don't mind if we do. Right.
Good God.
Yeah.
What a bad girl.
Spicy number. Wow.
Right up in that cervix. Unfortunately, she's dead. She died of cervix cancer at the young age of 32 this weekend. Died of cervix cancer. Sorry about that, guys. On Friday, a death announcement was made on her Instagram saying, Poonam Pandey was a beloved Bollywood actress. Every living form that ever came in contact with her was met with pure love and kindness. She has died from losing a battle with cervical cancer, so on and so forth. Terrible. Tens of thousands of heartfelt messages piled in, kind obituaries, angry and sad fans. Terrible, sad. Way too young.
It's terrible. She was hot. It makes it even more terrible.
It's worse when they're as good looking as Poonam.
Right. Uglies I care less, but hotties.
Yeah.
Hotties would never bang me anyway because they're too hot, but I can fantasize that they might.
Well, she's going to be
on
like
a lost one.
Right, magazine covers, all kinds of stuff, and that's not. It's a tragedy. All right.
Good news though. A day later, Poonam Pandey herself posted this on Instagram.
To all who think I'm being insensitive, I'd like to tell you guys, my mother suffered cancer. She had throat cancer, and I've seen this in my house, how bad it gets. Here I was just promoting something for a good cause, a cancer which is preventable, and yet so many women die. The Live with Hortifly, I've said this very clearly. None of the parties have gotten paid for this. There is no pharmaceutical company involved. None of us got no single money out of this. The campaign was done by Shebang and I. We did this for a good cause to raise awareness, and it has. A lot of people who had no idea about cervical cancer are Googling it now, and it is trending right now. I am getting a lot of comments, a lot of DMs where I'm seeing women are telling me, that they are doing their HPV vaccine.
Okay, you get it. She faked her death.
She recorded that before she died?
No, she faked her
Oh
death.
no. This is like the fake tattoo on the forehead, but way more traumatic to a lot of people.
Yeah, faked her death. It was a 4-month-long promotional plan that she's like, no big companies were involved. Yeah, no one would do that, Poonam. That was just her and her
You
buddies.
can tell by the planning and the execution.
Right. Yeah, the faking of the cancer death. No, that was clear. It was all you.
She only gave it a day. That'll show him a full 12 hours.
12 hours.
No one gave me any advice on this, okay?
Holy shit.
Straight from my brain. No consultation with experts of any kind.
Yeah, it goes without saying. But well, Wes, the reason she is because everyone on the internet's mad at her. There's some women probably DMing her kind things, but most people are more like this guy, Devish Sin on the internet, who said, RIP, you will remain dead in our hearts forever. If your intent was genuine, there are plenty of straightforward ways to bring awareness. A lot of people are like,
she could have showed her tits. That would have brought awareness.
Yep, you're right, Wes. Intense, but that guy was correct. The whole wishing death on her thing, not so nice. But yeah, he's right.
Well,
Does she even have HPV?
No, man. I think she's totally fine. And then Beck, if real life lifestyle says, don't do this again. So he wants the next post of her being dead to be real, right?
Jesus Christ.
Now
it's better be for real.
Good.
Little reverse psychology.
That dog's gonna kill her soon anyway.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, even your dog hates you now because the dog was like going nuts in the background.
It was a very whiny pit bull. There must have been a child nearby or a squirrel. Yeah.
Seems to have backfired in terms of her personal popularity. But yeah, maybe it's bringing awareness. Let's go from one fake health thing to another in South Korea. Let me preface this one by once again pointing out that I'm a coward. None of the Hard Factor boys signed up for military service, which is not mandatory in the U.S. like it is in South Korea, where we're headed, and some other countries. And we're very thankful for the non-cowards that keep it that way for us cowards, right?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Very, very much.
We get to stay cowards, because the people do sign up voluntarily. I'm starting to lose
World
weight
War
again.
III draft would be insane for Hard Factor.
Listen, there's a few ways out of that too. Will I'm starting to
stay updated on the show in case that happens because
I think Wes is out though. I think Wes has crossed the Rubicon of age,
and I'm just about out, Pat. I'm turning 40 this year. I'm counting down the days because I'm starting to lose weight again. Finally, thanks to Lasara, down 20 pounds. We had their CEO John on a show a few weeks ago. They're saving our lives. He's a Hard Factor listener, and Lasara is awesome. They can hook you up with Ozempic, even if you don't have diabetes. You don't even have to be morbidly obese. They can help you lose weight that way. They also have testosterone treatments. You can get 10% off their semaglutide and weight loss stuff. We have all that information in the show notes. But I say that not only to plug that, but to say that one good thing about being really fat is being able to avoid a draft.
It's true. None of us would pass the physical at this point. Yeah.
Try and draft me, bitch.
All right. I'm trying to time it up to my 40th birthday to lose the weight because then I'm back out of the draft again. But they don't have a draft in South Korea. They just have a mandatory 18-month to 2-year military service over there. And they also have some cowards. That doesn't mean mandatory service doesn't mean everyone over there is fucking full of valor and valiant and brave. It just means they're screwed. The cowards are like esports star Wan Chang Yan. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he's Korean.
He is. And if you were unlucky enough to get matched up against very Korean Gaganyaan in FIFA, you probably got your ass kicked, as he is one of the best players in the world at FIFA. And you'd say to yourself, man, how did that imbecile beat me 14-0 again?
Well,
And I
his
say
name
that-
is Juan. You know.
Yeah, well, I say that, Pat, because it is spelled W-O-N too. I say that because to get out of military service instead of gaining 100 pounds, Chen Young just purposely bombed an IQ test and maybe drooled during the test and said, "Thank you," when he left. And the testers tallied up a score of 53 for him, making him very exempt from military service.
He sharked it, huh?
Exempt from walking down
Sandbag the
street by
IQ
himself.
test.
He scored a 53.
It's like getting out of jury duty. I mean, it's a great shot. Is that illegal? You can't
It's
do
very
that?
illegal. It's draft
Oh,
dodging. So Yang Chan now he's on the record with the 53 IQ. He didn't have to do his mandatory service and just has been beating the bejesus out of everyone in FIFA for years until someone said, "Wait a minute, this kid's understanding of geometry and angled passing lanes is uncanny. We should look into this."
He's not a savant.
Yeah. This moron really knows geometry well, and he got busted obviously because he's very smart, and he's going to have to serve 120 hours of community service for being a damn dirty liar. So not bad for him. He's not going to jail.
Yeah, is that
Yeah.
better than serving in the military? 120 hours community
Well,
service.
it's-
Yeah, he
like-
got what he wanted.
Yeah.
It's 18 months, or what is 120 hours? Like a week? Not even.
Right. I mean, like it's like 3 weeks of like
Great
9
deal.
to 5, but I mean, you're
Right.
gonna break it up over like 2-hour chunks. Yeah.
He came out on top. Again, that one young Chun, he got us again.
He wins again.
Bonus dog, real quick. Someone who is not faking a health thing. King Charles of the UK has been diagnosed with cancer and has canceled all current public duties as he begins his battle with cancer. Tough luck for him. We hope he beats it. Doesn't look like he was ever going to be king for long. You know, when your mom is the queen for 97 years, you're going to have a short reign. But that aside, hopefully he beats cancer. Fuck cancer. Fuck it right in the face.
Yeah, you got to pull for Charles in that case.
That's right.
Oh yeah. He was trying to make it 10 years. He knew his health wasn't great. He was going to try to make it 10 years and then hand it over to William. William maybe getting it a little sooner than expected.
Yeah, he hasn't even had time to bang peasants. Like you need to be
Not
in there a
properly,
couple years before you can start
not
peasant
properly.
banging. And
Yeah.
yeah,
He's had like 0 jubilees.
You got to have the Jubilee.
All right, guys. This is Jason Schoaf. Seen here. There's a couple pictures of him. He's a member of the Florida House of Representatives, and Jason has lost his mind. And he's looking to use an old loophole that white people like to use when they want to do harm to something they're not allowed to do harm to. The loophole is very simple. They make up some scary shit about the thing they want to do harm to. They spread that rumor around until people start to believe it, and then the people will practically beg them to get rid of said thing.
Reefer madness.
Yeah, worked on witches, worked on Indians, communists, black people, Iraq. There's a long line of white people making up shit about people.
Alcohol before
Mhm.
before alcohol, people
Gays.
realized like, hey,
Gays.
Jeez.
Big
dude.
time.
Speaking of which, I saw some old photos from like the busing era in reaction to Nikki Haley saying that we don't have a racist country, and people used to be racist and then call black people communists while being racist. That's
If you were a gay
What?
black witch, gay black
Yeah.
witches had it tough.
They had a real.
gay black communist witch. Whoa.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who smokes weed?
Throw communists in there too.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And likes the sauce.
Yeah. Tough ride. Tough ride. And it works especially in the South. You know what I mean? Luckily for humans, Jason Schoaf isn't looking to do harm to a specific group of people. Instead, he's looking to do harm to a specific animal, one that we love on this show, one of the many mascots of the great state of Florida. I'm, of course, talking about the black bear, right? Okay.
Oh yeah.
And we've covered the problems these bears are causing as humans encroach on their natural habitat. They break into homes. They, sometimes attack pets, etc.
White claws. Yeah.
Mhm. And Jason has had enough of it. In fact, here's a video of a Yorkshire Terrier not backing down from one of these vicious Florida black bears. There's the bear's on the fence. There's a guy clapping it, and there's the Yorkie jumping up at it. And the Yorkie's just down there, just being annoying. And eventually, the bear moves on. So
It's a
these
pretty
things are
small bear.
pussies.
The owner's right there. He's humongous, bigger than the bear.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, why doesn't that owner go rescue his 7-pound dog?
because the
Fuck
bear's
that,
going
dude.
away.
Because he's not the bear. He doesn't know if the bear's going to come over. The bear's on the fence, right?
Right.
There's a
Was literally on the
chance.
fence.
that- yeah.
But black bears are pussies in general. right? Well, I mean,
It's not good. That guy could scare away that black bear 10 out of 10 times out of his yard.
Yeah. And unfortunately for Jason and many Floridians who would like nothing more than to shoot a black bear in the fucking face, there are laws to protect the bears. You get fined if you shoot one for no reason. So Shof, a white guy who went to the playbook and found a solution, he proposed House Bill 87, which would remove most penalties for killing bears without authorization because these bears are dangerous. And as he says, they're on crack. That's right. Crack bears. That's what he says. Yep.
Yes.
Quote, we're talking about the ones that are on crack and they break your door down and they're standing in your living room growling and tearing your house apart. That's what he said at a meeting at the Florida Legislators' House Infrastructure Strategies Committee. He said that. And he said, when you run into one of these crack bears, you should be able to shoot it, period. And you shouldn't have to pause or be afraid you're going to get arrested or harassed or pay fines. That's just crazy.
You ever stared down a crack bear face to face in the living room?
He brings up a good point. You got to do something about the crack bears.
Anyone get the
white
feeling he's not
bears,
talking
they do
about
powder
bears, though?
cocaine.
And anyone that does crack, we should be able to shoot.
Anyone get the feeling he's not talking about bears? The Guardian was unable to find a documented incident of any of Florida's estimated 4,000 black bears having ingested crack, and Shof did not return requests from the Guardian for clarification.
Well, that's the deep state, Wes. They don't know about crack bears.
Anyone ask them?
They're everywhere. Now,
You can't ask them.
The Guardian says his colleagues are buying it, though, because when racist lawmakers hear the words black and crack in the same sentence, their pens just start going crazy. There's, where do I sign? Black and crack, that really gets them going. So they're on it. And the Senate is
some of them are gay.
Yeah.
It's a
pen just has a mind of its own.
Get in the algorithm.
You say black and crack.
Non-citizen, some of them are gay.
This bill's going to sign itself.
They don't even have papers. This has to be cocaine bear related, right? Like in some way, shape, or form, trickle down from cocaine bear.
Yeah, and cocaine sharks also, which they've reported on down there. It's all bullshit.
Worst part is they're swimming up from Cuba.
Yeah, the thing about crack addicts is they like to do all the crack they can get their hands on. They usually don't leave a lot out for like other animals like raccoons or bears to get, right?
Right.
Well, but these bears have had the taste of
It's
crack.
like gold for them.
They're hooked.
Yeah, or me with ice cream in the house.
Right. It's not if you have so much crack that the bears are getting to it, you don't have enough crackheads apparently in town.
Right. Now
We
there
have
is
a bunch of scared crackheads.
Yeah.
there is another bill in the Senate. Like I said, people are buying his crack bear stuff, and there's another bill that is going through the Senate that will lower the obligations you have to like report a bear that you shoot, as long as it's like a problem bear, a nuisance bear. But critics are saying it's all fear mongering. He said his target was nuisance bears, but they have signed a petition against the bill by the Wildlife Advocacy, has 20,000 signatures, and it's just not true. Since 2023, there have been let me see. Wait a second. There's been like 3 instances of people actually being attacked or hurt by bears in like
on
Florida's history, and not even on crack. So again,
Sounds out of control.
yeah. I'm not sure.
Many, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Bailey, totally making up for his condescending inert comment earlier, says, "My best friend's a crack bear."
There you go. Yeah.
They're rare
So
because usually you're thin when you're on crack.
Right.
yeah. Now Shove says it's nothing against the bears.
When she was a kid, Penny.
He says we love bears. Bears are cute and cuddly and amazing creatures, unless they're on crack. This is about a nuisance bear that has become conditioned to come into people's homes. You've heard it time and time again. And the bears are shy and scared and they're timid. They stay away. That's true. Those aren't the bears we're talking about. We're talking about crack bears in this bill.
These ones will come in and rummage straight through your crack.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's a few weeks from just leaving bears out of it.
He is. Yeah. He is. It's gonna get rewritten.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's too many words. I'm just gonna say black.
Oops, forgot the bear part.
It's easier this way.
Here's the new draft. Let's break for the holidays.
Look, I put at the top. I said every time this is the last time. At the top, I said black bear once, and then I don't say bear ever again. I put it at the top of the draft.
Yeah, you determine what bear means. And that's the show for today.
Can be a pain in the ass. A bear could be someone really irks you, you know?
How do I find and replace bear?
Yeah, streamline this.
With
We're gonna say anything dark that comes into your home,
Certain group of people that annoy you, that are a bear
or
on you.
around the premises, even in a radius of 50 miles.
Yep. They don't even have to report it now. So,
I mean, I'd like to introduce a bill to
Unbearable.
paint red targets on the faces of bears and re-release them.
Right, like the squirrel guy.
Anyway, that's the show. For more content, go to patreon.com/hard factor. We got some great stuff over there, including Florida Man Friday, where you get more Florida Man stories just like that one. You get the Hive Hour, where pretty much anything can happen. Really, shoot the
Great
shit and get crazy. And then we got the new Let's Go, where we talk about not sports in the traditional term, but fun sports stories, like probably Jackson or Mahomes' DUI. We'll be probably talking about that.
Oh, we got a whole laundry list of topics for this week's show. It's gonna be excellent coming out tomorrow.
So get over there, check it out. But most importantly, we love you. Have a great fucking day.